Greetings, welcome to the channel. This is Ready Set Go, and today we're talking about the top 6 things that I like the most about the Triumph Speed Twin. After a month riding this bike through the cold and wet British winter, I thought now would be a great time to summarise the top 6 things that I like the most about the Speed Twin. So here we go, starting at number 6, the soundtrack. The Speed Twin has a unique, throaty roar when accelerating, while the exhaust burbles and pops as you dive down through the gearbox under braking. The sound of this bike may take you by surprise because as a motorcycle, it looks quite classic and timeless, conventional. But fire up the engine and those twin exhausts chug at low revs, while the unmistakable vibrations of the 1200cc high-torque twin rumble through the seat and into your senses. The Speed Twin can easily wake up the neighbourhood if you want it to, but it's when pulling the throttle in any gear and hearing the engine growl is when that smile really lights up across your face. People are quick to compliment bikes like the KTM 790 Duke for its unique soundtrack, and rightly so, but the Speed Twin, often overlooked, also has bags of character. Never mind the excitement of going through a bend. Whenever I saw a corner ahead of me on the Speed Twin, I got this buzz of excitement as I started engine braking, blipping the throttle and matching the revs on every gear. The soundtrack to the Speed Twin is just awesome. Number 5, thoroughbred looks. Whereas the Thruxtons, Bonnevilles, Scramblers and even the Street Twin hark back to an earlier time, for me, the Speed Twin is timeless. The round headlight, sweeping dual exhausts, the attention to detail at every corner of the bike. It is a timeless conventional design accented by just enough modern twists, meaning it will still look fresh in 20 years' time as it does today. While other neo-retro and modern heritage bikes poke their necks out with extravagant design twists that will age rather quickly, the Speed Twin sticks to its guns with a design that I call a thoroughbred. Number 4, built to last build quality. The Twin feels built to last. During my first ride, I commented on how the bike has an expensive weight feel to it. It feels expensive, solid. Metal is everywhere, and despite the cold British winter weather, the bike sailed through the mud and the grit with no problems. This particular fleet bike from Triumph had clocked around 3,000 miles at the time of filming, and there's not a single sign of wear on it at all. Whereas perhaps bikes from other manufacturers may be showing signs of corrosion and blemishes at this stage, the Speed Twin seems built to tackle all weather conditions head on. Number 3, the all-day riding position. In at number 3 is what I call the Speed Twin's all-day riding position. When I first heard about the Twin and its more focused riding experience, the increased horsepower and the masses of torque, I expected there to be a compromise in comfort. Perhaps a bit of wrist ache, numb butt after an hour of riding, maybe the pegs would be too high. None of that. I am actually surprised at just how forgettable the riding position is. What I mean by that is, within 2 minutes of setting off on this bike, you are focusing on the road and the ride itself, not how the bars are too wide or too low, how hard the seat is, that the pegs are at a weird angle. None of that. The riding position encourages long rides with plenty of seat room to move around in and just enough seat comfort to keep your butt happy. The bars are neutral but with a slight lean forward. The moment you swing your leg over the Speed Twin, you know it's a bike that can mean business. It's not until you set off that you realise it's also a bike that can go all day. Number 2, the planted ride. At number 2 is how the bike handles. At over 200 kilograms fully fueled, the Speed Twin isn't the lightest naked on the block, but that weight actually helps the bike carve through the turns and glide over the bumps. Unfortunately, during this wet British winter, I've not been able to push the Twin as much as I would have liked, but it was still a thrill to pick a line and commit. The suspension setup on the bike is a combination of straightforward, non-adjustable 41mm cartridge front forks and twin rear shocks with adjustable preload, all of which soaked up the bumps and harsh country roads with ease. I never felt the Speed Twin was going to run away from me, even under hard braking in wet, salty conditions. The Speed Twin may not be as light and flickable as the Street Triple or the Speed Triple, but it makes up for this with a planted, assured feeling which encourages you to lean the bike over and go for it, even if the road ahead is a little bumpy. Number 1, the pulling power. Now, I don't just mean pulling power in terms of curbside appeal, even though this bike does pull a lot of glances as you ride through the town. What I'm talking about is that 1200cc high-torque engine. The label on the side of the Speed Twin's engine isn't just a go faster stripe. The 1200cc Twin backs up everything it says, summoning a mighty 112 Newton meters of torque that literally drags you to your next turn. And it does all of this at less than 5,000 RPM. Under hard acceleration, the Twin never feels like it breaks a sweat. The engine thuds and purrs beneath you while the scenery around you begins to blur and whiz past. It's an addictive experience. Whatever gear you are in, there is deep torque to unleash, but it's not an erratic torque delivery like on a Yamaha MT-09, for example. No, this is a tempered delivery, smooth, progressive, and never-ending. So there you have the top 6 things that I like about the Triumph Speed Twin. What do you think about the top 6? Have you ridden the Speed Twin? Do you own a Speed Twin? Is there anything you would like to add to this top 6? Please drop a comment below and join the discussion. If you are new to the channel, then please make sure to subscribe to see future motorcycle content and pop a thumbs up on the video to support the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. I've been Eddie Set Go. I hope you ride safe, stay safe. I'll see you next time.